Hey guys, Editor Me here. So, just for a heads up, this video looks awful. I was messing with my recording settings on accident and I had my bitrate set at 2500 and it's supposed to be at 15,000, which is a pretty big difference. So, the video looks really bad. And that was just my bad, guys. I fixed it though. So the next one will look way better. Sorry guys. Okay, so I'm gonna start a new mini series called Reading Reddit and Playing Minecraft. This was a suggestion from a subscriber. Okay, I have the story pulled up. This first post comes from u/Satan's socks from the subreddit r/am I wrong. You can go check out her page if you want to see some of her responses to other comments that people have left, or if you just want to check for any updates recently. Now, to get on with the story, am I wrong for being upset that my spouse bought the car that he wanted? For starters, this couple are in their early 30s. Okay. My husband bought a car today after we specifically had agreed to wait to purchase it. We spoke last night about our finances and how he's currently trying to pay off credit card debt that he had accumulated. He mentioned wanting to buy an electric vehicle, and I told him that a car payment would basically give him very little wiggle room once the bills are paid, etc. To top it off, I just took out a $15,000 loan to replace our broken AC system. It looks like this couple is just like super low on funds, especially considering that credit card debt and the $15,000 loan and the new car that the husband just bought. Continuing on, like I said, we had talked about it last night, to which he says to me, "You're right. I should wait to pay off my debt before buying a car." I felt relieved and figured that was the end of the conversation. Fast forward to this morning, he tells me he purchased the car he wanted online. I'm shook because what the heck? We had just talked about this. He tells me he doesn't feel like waiting and he's making a choice for the family. Pretty obviously, I call bull. I said I felt extremely disappointed and disregarded. A vehicle purchase is a big deal in my opinion. He said I was wrong for overreacting and he's now more or less ignoring my text. He says it's not a big deal to buy a car and basically minimized the entire situation. I'm quite literally fuming. My mom was kind enough to call me an idiot for not considering a divorce, but am I wrong? Are big purchases like that normal for other couples? I feel nauseous and stuck, and I don't know how to come to terms with something like this. To add, this is not the first time I've been disregarded, but it's the first time I'm questioning whether my reaction is not the correct one. After all that, to answer the first question, are you wrong? To be honest, absolutely not. I mean, he's just totally disregarding like any sense of maturity and boundaries. Like you guys are already in a tough spot with like the finances, and then he just goes and buys a Tesla for like no reason. Especially after you guys had to talk about not buying the car. The second question, are big purchases like that normal for other couples? I mean, yeah, definitely. Everyone buys big stuff, but not in the way that he should have. You guys had agreed to like not buy the car, and then he doesn't even give you a heads up that he's gonna buy it anyway, which he shouldn't have done in the first place. And that just totally disregarded any boundaries you guys had. To be honest, I think this top comment really says it best. He's selfish, blank. If your mom is telling you divorce, well, she would probably know better than us, which honestly is pretty true. I mean, he broke through a lot of boundaries. He's just totally disregarding you. And again, like you said up there, extremely disappointed and disregarded. And then he said you were wrong for overreacting, and then he started just ignoring your texts. So, that's not very mature. Okay, so there actually is an update to that original post. So that original thing actually happened over a year ago, and only 6 days ago, she actually posted an update to it. They divorced last month. They have two kids. He was almost always in credit card debt, and the car payments were almost $1,000 per month. Now for the update. In only 2 months of having the car, he totaled it, and it took several months for insurance to process his claim, but he had to keep making the payments anyway, so he was down a lot of money. All the while, she's been using her savings, having to pay the $15,000 loan for the AC unit since the ex-husband now can't afford to chip in for it. The final nail in the coffin was her oldest child asking her grandma if the mom still loved them since she hadn't been playing with the kids since she was always out working to pay the loan. Eventually, they did come to an agreement and got a clean divorce. No need for any lawyers since they had separate bank accounts anyway. And she now lives with her parents and keeps a civil relationship with her ex-husband just for the kids. Now, she actually mentioned at the beginning of her post that her life has more or less crumbled, and to be honest, I don't see it. Again, I think the top comment really says it best. I think you'll find in a few more years your trajectory will impress the you of today. You were anchored, and now you are not. You had no help, and now you have your parents. Now, she actually replied to this comment mentioning that she felt like a loser for asking to move back in, but like, what better way to get a new start than like with the support of your parents? Good to see she seems to be doing okay after being in such a controlling relationship. Anyway, that was my one story for this video since I didn't actually have another lined up, and my dog just whined. I don't know if you can hear that. I didn't actually have another one lined up. Anyway, yeah, this is like a complete 180 compared to other videos. My other videos, so I'm not really sure what to like expect in the coming in the next coming videos. Anyway, it's starting to get kind of late, so I guess I'll just build my house now. Oh gosh, let me sleep. Much better. Yeah, so this was like really more of a test video. I just wanted to try out something new. Okay, bye.